All right, First Communion students, just like we were back in the sacristy, like the kitchen at home, and you go to your dining room to eat, this is like our dining room. And in fact, we have a table here. This area of the church is called the chancel. It's our special area where we get to have Holy Communion, baptism, remember the two sacraments? It is in this space that it's as if we lay out what we're going to eat for this holy meal. So I'm going to take off so you can see a little more of this table. That's just the worship book that Pastor Elma and I use to help us lead you in worship. But this table is very special. And in fact, this table reminds us about when Jesus was on the cross. I want you to think in your head for a minute. Jesus had nails in his hand or wrist area, so 1, 2, and then he had each of his feet nailed, 3, 4, and then remember he was pierced in the side, 5. Now I want you to come look at this table, and when you get to be here in person, Pastor Elman, I'll love to show you. Look at the crosses, 1, 2, we're going to come back to the other one. 3, 4. So we got his hands and his feet, and then look in the middle. Number 5, as if that's like his side. This reminds us about Jesus' body that was broken for us. His blood that was shed for us. As he was nailed to the cross, he bled, remember? On his hands, his feet, and then his side. Remember what we learned last week is that the bread and the wine don't magically just turn into Jesus' blood and body, nor do we think it's just a symbol represents. We believe that Jesus' presence comes into that bread and wine. So our table is a holy table that reminds us of how Jesus died for us on the cross, as he bled for us with those 2 nails in his hands, his feet, and then his side. So when you get to come back, come see either of us pastors and we'll show you, especially when we get to have this table set for communion again. All right, everybody, we're going to talk about a few more do's and don'ts, and then we'll talk about practicing communion for this Sunday.